morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are going to be back in our My Favorite Maps. And but before I start that, I need to get my juices flowing for this morning, so I'm going to work in my daily traveler's notebook calendar and my little Hobonichi, which is not a Hobonichi. It's a composition notebook. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm just filling in some stuff from last week. This is art washi tape. There's my little composition notebook. Putting in Book of Mormon stuff, putting in the art group from last week, putting in a little bit of Biltmore, and just trying to get all the facts in and then fill it in with color the rest of the way. And this was last week's. I do work in a week in arrears because I like to write it down in the composition notebook, then I write it in the traveler's notebook, and then if it's a big enough event, it goes into its own journal or part of another journal. Those leaves are from the Biltmore, and the holly plants were spectacular. There were so many different holly plants from different parts of the world. China, I mean, it was just amazing. Anyhow, and we've been there before. I don't know, with the Chihuly glass, and here I am back in my maps, and this is the symbol for the Glacier National Park Conservancy, and I like how the animals are stacked. That's kind of how it was the year we were there a couple years ago in 2015. But this is their local latest symbol, I believe, logo. So I added that, and I'm going to write in there what we did in our most recent trip and what I love about Glacier National Park, and therefore it has to be one of my favorite maps. And yes, yep, the United States stencil made its way back out. I was testing, that's Montana, and that's where Glacier is. I was testing those Jane Davenport pens with a stencil. In hindsight, it really doesn't show up. It looks like you can't really distinguish this state. It just looks like a rectangle. So I have rectangles on my Glacier National Park map spread now, but it's okay. And I have like conifer tree washi tape there. It's not Christmas, it's just trees. And so I am going to, and I got out a wild animal stencil that I haven't used in a long time, and I'm going to draw a bear and call it a day on that map, most likely. I thought I was going to, well, I did do a little bit of my New York one. I got out a page from one of my map books that I got last week, and I added to this, use it as the background paper for the New York map. And actually, it's totally, and maybe this is why I'm so perplexed right now from this book, because I love maps, and I think I have a way that I like maps to look, and none of them are looking that way. Really and truly, I want mine to look like Jose Noronha. That's never going to happen. No matter how many art supplies I buy or find or pick up paper from rest stops and all that, it's never going to be that good. I have to get satisfied with the fact that I'm not an artist, but I like doing this kind of stuff. So I'm not being hard on myself, and here I'm going to write in some journaling, because I do want journaling to be included in this one, and I don't do this a lot on camera. I am today, but I just, everything I have said about that trip that we did in 2015, when we did the long hike and the weather and the trees and the animals and Avalanche Falls. This is my absolute favorite park. I can't say it enough. I love Glacier National Park. I would love to go back there again this summer. We are not going to do it, obviously. We have a beach trip planned, and that's it. We've got to get my dad's kidney biopsy behind us and some other things before I'm willing to do a major trip. This past weekend was a test. We passed with about a C plus, only because my mom has got these muscle issues going on. Here, okay, now we're working back in New York City, and I'm outlining the lines of the watercolors for the streets. So we really need to get my mom and dad into a better place. That's in my head. they don't know that we have canceled the trip. They don't know that we are scared to leave town. Um, I'm sure they can probably guess it, but it's all self-imposed cancellations and all that. They have not asked us to. They never would ask us to. I just don't feel right leaving them. Here I am thinking, 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 tapping my pen. So when I can't remember what I want to do or think of what I want to do, I just start putting art supplies away because there's a never ending pile here. So I go through all these map books looking for certain New York things, and finally, the last one, I find it. Um, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do for the background, so I was hoping something would just pop off a page. I think I'm going to leave it like this. Again, this is not what I had in mind when I was thinking of this My Favorite Maps book, but it's working, and it's a journal, and it's an art journal, and I like it. Um, it just, I guess it wasn't what I had in my head to begin with, so it's kind of adding anxiety to my day, and I don't like to put anxiety into my art. This is the book I use. There's South Carolina, and here's New York. So I rip out this page. I couldn't figure out which page I wanted to use, that fact page or the other side that has the maps. And guess what? The maps went out. But it's just going to be the background. And I'm having apoplexy at the moment because I can photocopy this and use it again. Beth, you have thousands of books anymore. Go ahead. Use the original. You can do something else next time. Okay, Beth. Yes, just keep going. You're not having apoplexy. It's all in your head. Oh, this was hard for me to do, but I did it. And just kind of making this one a little bit different. Now, I wanted to leave out where like Manhattan would be, because that's the map I did, was of Manhattan, just a segment of it. And I'm going to add other details to it, but this is as far as I got today, and I really like it. Now, this piece of paper was from one of the other pages that I've done, and I rip it and rip it and rip it all around the painted edges, and it's just a blob of watercolor. And I think it's the Woodlands scene, actually. I'm putting this on here, but I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for yet. All I know is I love this little piece of paper that has torn edges and ink on the torn edges, and yum, yum, yum. It's so organic. That's my new word, organic. Isn't that lovely? Anyhow, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to. I'll see you all tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to go into New York or go in somewhere else. Oh, I did add some of my brown Stabilo to the edge to frame it all in a little bit. New York is not done. I think Glacier is done. So maybe somewhere else tomorrow. I don't know. Or finish New York. Whatever the mood strikes me. I don't know. So, see you all then. Thanks for subscribing, and thank you. Bye.